Good afternoon, guys. In the last class, we finished discussing about WTO, that is World Trade Organizations. Under that, we finished discussing what are all the objectives and functions and few achievements of WTO, and also we discussed about the agreements that are made by the WTO, right? Yes, and in today's class, we are going to discuss about the relationship between WTO and India. Okay, so India is one of the founding member of WTO. Since it is one of the member, it is enjoying the MFN status. So what is mean by MFN? So MFN means most favored nation. Since it is one of the founder member, it is enjoying its most favored nations and most favored nation status. So like through WTO, India is getting lots of benefits. Let's discuss one by one. Okay, first one is by reducing tariff rates on raw materials, components and capital goods. So first one is reduce tariff rates. So tariff rates meaning enna pathina, the tax that is paid for imports. If we want to import a good from one country to another country, we need to pay tax. So that tax we call here it as tariff. So through these WTO, India is getting reduced tariff rates, and also it is India's imports has been increased a lot. Okay, இந்தியாவோட இம்போர்ட்ஸ் எல்லாம் என்ன ஆகுது, அதோட இம்போர்ட் ரேட் வந்து ரொம்பவே அதிகமாக இருக்குது. ஸோ அது மட்டும் இல்லாமல் அதோட பெனிஃபிட்ஸ் லைக் developmental requirements நிறையா இருக்கும். Since India is one of the developing country, it needs lot of requirements. Okay, so through this WTO, India is meeting lot of developmental requirements. Okay, so that is the first point. And second one is India is getting market access in several countries without any bilateral trade agreements. So access in several countries அப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா நம்ம வந்து we can have a relationship or we can have this trade policies between so many countries without any restrictions. Okay, so bilateral trade agreements means there will be between two countries there will be a lot of restrictions and rules and regulations for importing and exports. So after this WTO, since it is enjoying MFN status, a lot of restrictions have been eliminated. Okay, and coming to the third point, advanced technology has been obtained at cheaper cost. So we are enjoying all the advanced technologies at very very low rates. Okay, so and the next one is India is in better position to get quick redressal from trade disputes. So if there is any misunderstanding of if there is any fight between any two countries during the trade process, there in India through the WTO, it is very easy for us for India for any country to come out of that dispute. So that is the fourth one. And coming to the fifth one, Indian exporters benefited from wider market informations. So all the goods that are exported from India, so all the exporters are getting lot of benefit and lot of information in the field of market. Okay, so these are all the few benefits that India is getting through WTO. Okay, and what is mean by trade bloc? So trade bloc means what? So some countries create business opportunities for themselves by integrating their economies in order to avoid unnecessary competition among them. So integrating their economies means by combining their economies. Okay, so they are creating their own business opportunities without getting any help from other countries. These like few countries are creating their own business opportunities by combining their economies in order to avoid. So like if there is any trade if there is any trade taking place between the two countries, obviously, and like almost there arises a dispute or there arises a misunderstanding or fight. So in order to avoid these problems, these countries, like few countries, they have started their own business opportunities. Okay, so and these trade blocs cover different kinds of arrangements between or among countries for mutual benefits. So trade blocs is mainly for connecting different countries for promoting or for improving the trade policies. Okay, so economic integration takes the form of free trade area, custom union and common market and economic union. So these are all the like integrations that are made by the trade blocs. Okay, coming to the explanation, a free trade area. So what is mean by free trade area? Trade area அப்படினு என்னன்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா, there like between the countries there won't be any or there will be less restrictions. Okay, so it is a region encompassing a trade bloc whose member countries have signed a free trade agreement. Okay, so there will be free trade agreement. There won't be any tariffs imposed on countries. There will be, we can do imports and exports on free of cost. Okay, so that is what they have given, and they have given some examples. SFTA and EFTA means, so SAFTA means, so SAFTA means like South Asian Free Trade Area, and EFTA means European Free Trade Area. Okay, so these are all the few countries and few free trade areas that we can see here. And coming to a custom unions, it is defined as a type of trade bloc which is composed of free trade area with no tariff among members. Okay, so it is like almost same as the first one. Here also there won't be any cost imposed. It will be, everything will be free without any tariffs. Okay, and further they have given example Belgium, Netherlands and Luxembourg. These if the trade taking place between these countries, there won't be any tariff imposed. Okay, so that is a point. And coming to the next one, a common market is established through, common market means it is a trade pacts, a group formed by countries within a geographical area to promote duty-free trade and free movement of labor and capital among the members. So common market means like here there will be arranged a group of countries. Let us take an example of in like India, China. Okay, so these are all the Pakistan, India and China are these are all the neighboring countries. If it is under the common market like irundaduna, there won't be any like any duty like any taxes paid, or any, there won't be any tariffs, there won't be any formalities. Okay, we can do trade very freely without any cost. Okay, so that is European common market. And coming to the last one, an economic union is composed of a common market with a customs union. The participant countries have both common policies and product regulations, freedom of movement of goods and services and factors of production, and a common external trade policy. So in this economic union, there we can see a free movement of goods and services, and there will be a like common policies without any variations, and also there will be factors of production, common external trade policies. Okay, so under the economic union, we can see all the free movement of goods and services, and then there will be a common policies followed between the countries, and then there will be a common external trade policies. Everything will be same. This reduces confusions in the trade, and this reduces disputes among the countries. Okay, so these are all the few points under trade blocs. Okay, thank you.